Hi Ho Silver here with another happiness hack, which this week is identify and diffuse your buttons. Button, who's got your button? Is it your parents? Is it your spouse? Is it your children? I know when my kids were teenagers, they had my buttons. I was pushing them constantly. Is it your boss? Is it your coworkers? Whoever it is, it's really important for you to identify and diffuse those buttons because it's important for you to know that when they push them, what happens is that the fight or flight part of your brain gets engaged, and all these really ugly chemicals come into your system. And it's as if you have, like these people do, these big red buttons on your shoulder that says push this, push this. So when I say identify your buttons, it's really important to know what can trigger you easily. For me, it's always been if somebody implies that I'm stupid. Now, that button cannot get triggered very much anymore. Every once in a blue moon it happens, but mostly it can't be because I have talked myself into the fact that I am not stupid, that I'm actually pretty bright, and I've diffused that button. But it took some work on my part. It didn't happen overnight. Now, these days, one of the things that's pushing all of our buttons everywhere is politics. And I have a very close family member whom I adore, who somehow ended up on the completely opposite political spectrum as I. And every once in a while, he tries to push my buttons by sending me something that I consider an outrageous lie. And I'm sure if I responded to it, he would think mine were lies. And I've just decided not to play with that and play that game anymore. So you need to understand that you don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't need to go there. So if somebody you know is always trying to pick an argument with you, just release and don't go there. Now, that's easier with some people than others. But if you explain to them that you're not going to respond to these anymore and you don't, then they have been told what your plans are. Because you don't want to end up looking like this guy all the time or feeling like this, where you're just down. Remember, you get more of what you focus on. So if your buttons are getting pushed because you haven't diffused them, then you're going to feel like this. And guess what you're going to attract? You're going to attract more feeling down. So this week's happiness hack is identify and diffuse your buttons. And, make a list, do whatever it is that you have to do to diffuse them. For some people, it's if somebody might question that they're fat. Well, if in fact that really ticks you off, it's because somewhere inside of you, you believe you're unattractive because of your body weight. You need to work on that. We all have to work on that, especially we women. For some people, like me, it's about being stupid. For some people, it's being dismissed. Being dismissed will often push people's buttons. Whatever it happens to be, one of the ways that you can work on this is in your brain, practice what you're going to do the next time that happens. And you will realize that with this rehearsal, once it does happen, you don't have to go into fight or flight mode, which is your reptilian brain. You can just go. That's their opinion. You know what? Eleanor Roosevelt said it best. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. And so go ahead and identify and diffuse your buttons. And remember, you deserve to be happy, and it is possible. Bye for now.